Today we discuss law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy states that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be converted from one form into another form. So in the case of an electric bulb, electrical energy is converted into light energy. So only transformation of energy takes place. And from where the electric energy is produced from some other source of energy which is present in the nature. So only energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be converted from one form into another form. If you take any device, you can see this principle. In the case of an electric heater, electric energy is converted into heat energy. And from where it gets from where the electrical energy is produced? Electrical energy is produced from some other sources which is present in the nature. So only conversion takes place. One form of energy is converted into another form. So today we will see how do we verify this law of conservation of mechanical energy. Law of conservation of mechanical energy. So law of conservation of mechanical energy states that whenever there is an interchange between potential energy and kinetic energy, or kinetic energy and potential energy, the sum total of potential energy and kinetic energy remains constant. Whenever there is an interchange between potential energy and kinetic energy, or kinetic energy and potential energy, the sum total of potential energy and kinetic energy remains constant. So this we can verify in the case of a freely falling body, or in the case of a simple pendulum. These are simple experiments which are verifying law of conservation of mechanical energy. Now we will show the law of conservation of mechanical energy in the case of a freely falling body. You have to concentrate on this board. So I take 3 points. This is 1 point. This point is taken as a A. And here I take a point. This point is taken as a B. And this is a point. This point is taken as C. So you can see 3 points A, B and C. C is the ground level. C is the ground level, and the point A is at a height h meter above the ground. The point A is at a height h meter above the ground. The distance between A and C is taken as h meter. So C is the ground level and A is a point h meter above the ground. And the distance between A and B is taken as x meter. X is the distance between A and B. The distance between A and B is taken as x. Now we will show that at points A, B and C, at points A, B and C, the sum total of potential energy and kinetic energy remains constant. So first we will take the case of point A. Case A. Case of point A. So A is at a height h meter above the ground. You know the formula to calculate potential energy. Potential energy is equal to mgh. So this body is kept at a height h meter above the ground. So for example, this duster is kept at point A. The duster is kept at point A. It is at a height h meter above the ground. So what is the mass of the body? Mass of the body is taken as m kilogram. G is the acceleration due to gravity and h is the height. So potential energy is equal to mgh. The potential energy at point A is mgh. At point A, the body is in the state of rest. At A, body is in the state of rest. So what is the velocity? At A, the velocity is 0. The velocity at point A is 0. So what is the formula to calculate kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. Formula to find kinetic energy is half mv square. So velocity is 0. So we substitute velocity as 0. Then so kinetic energy will come as 0. Kinetic energy at point A is 0. Why kinetic energy at point A is 0? Because body is in the state of rest. So velocity is 0. So kinetic energy is also 0. Now we will find the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy. Sum of potential energy and kinetic energy. Potential energy plus kinetic energy. So what will come? Potential energy is mgh and kinetic energy is 0. Mgh plus 0 is equal to mgh. The sum total of potential energy and kinetic energy at the point A is mgh. So you remember this one. The total energy, which is sum of potential energy and kinetic energy, is mgh. Now we will come to the point B. Now we take the case of point B. So this you have to note this. Now come to the point B. Case B. So at B, what is the potential energy? Potential energy is equal to m into g into height above the ground. So what is the distance between ground and B? So what is the distance from C to B? So you can see the distance from C to B or height between C and B is h minus x. H minus x, that is the height above the ground. When we take point B, the height above the ground is h minus x. So formula to find potential is m into g into height above the ground. Then it will come m into g into h minus x. So which is equal to mgh minus mgx. This is the potential energy at point B. So when a body is coming down, so what will happen? The height decreases, the potential energy decreases, and the velocity of the body increases, and kinetic energy increases. And the sum total of potential energy and kinetic energy, that remains constant at all the points. So at point B, the potential energy is mgh minus mgx. Now we have to find the kinetic energy at point B. So you know the formula to find kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is half mv square. Kinetic energy is half mv square. So we have to find the velocity. Velocity at point B. What is the velocity at point B? For that we will apply Newton's equations of motion. So you know the formula of equations of motion. So and that one formula is v squared is equal to u squared plus 2gh. V squared is equal to u squared plus 2gh. V is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity, g is acceleration due to gravity, and h is the height. So using the formula v squared is equal to u squared plus 2gh. In that one, v square. So final velocity you have to find at point A. At point A, what is the velocity? At point A, so we use this formula v squared is equal to u squared plus 2gh. In this formula, body is in the state of rest at point A. So what is the initial velocity? Initial velocity is 0 plus 2 into g into height. What is the distance travelled from A to B? The distance travelled from A to B is what is the distance travelled from A to B? So the distance travelled from A to B is x. So in this case, equations of motion, v squared is equal to u squared plus 2as or 2gs. S is the distance travel. The distance travelled from A to B is x. So we got the v squared as 2gx. Now this we will substitute in this formula. Kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. Half m into, in the place of v squared we have to substitute 2gx. 2gx. Then 2 and 2 cancel, so we get a kinetic energy at point B as mgx. Kinetic energy at point B is equal to mgx. Now we have to find sum total of potential energy and kinetic energy. Sum total of potential energy and kinetic energy at point B. Potential energy plus kinetic energy. So that is equal to, what is the potential energy? mgh minus mgx. mgh minus mgx. And what is the kinetic energy? mgx. This mgx and mgx are cancelled, so we get a sum total of energy as mgh. So you can see that at point B also the sum total of potential energy and kinetic energy is mgh. At point A also you have seen that the sum total of potential energy and kinetic energy is mgh. In both cases the total energy remains same. Now we will come to the point C. We come to the point C. Is C. Come to point C. So what is the potential energy at point C? Point C is the ground level. Point C is the ground level. So what is the height above the ground? So height is 0. So potential energy is mgh formula and h is 0. So potential energy will come m into g into 0, which is equal to 0. Height is 0. The potential energy at point C is 0. Now we have to find kinetic energy. You know the formula of kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. So in order to find v square, so again we will use Newton's equations of motion. So we take from point A to C. From point A to C, we apply this formula. V square is equal to u square plus 2g. Yes. So S is the distance v square. So you now body is at point A. At point A, body is in the state of rest. So what is the initial velocity? The initial velocity is 0. So in the place of u, we will write 0 plus 2 into g into distance from A to C. What is the distance between A and C? That is equal to h. So we get a v squared is equal to 2gh. Now writing the formula to find kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is equal to half mv square, half m into v square, and v squared we substitute as 2gh. Half m into v squared we substitute as 2gh. Then 2 and 2 cancel, so we get kinetic energy as mgh. Now we have to find sum total of potential energy and kinetic energy. Potential energy plus kinetic energy. So what is the potential energy at C? That is 0, and kinetic energy at C is mgh. So we get this one also as mgh. In the case of A, at point A, B and C, you can see that the sum total of potential energy and kinetic energy remains same. So this is the verification of law of conservation of mechanical energy. This is a freely falling body obeys law of conservation of mechanical energy. A freely falling body. Freely falling body means the body is coming down without any obstruction. Only acceleration due to gravity is there. No obstruction. Freely falling. No frictional force. Body is coming down without any obstruction. That is the meaning of freely falling body. A freely falling body obeys law of conservation of mechanical energy. In sum total of potential energy and kinetic energy remains constant. Now we show that a simple pendulum obeys law of conservation of mechanical energy. A simple pendulum consists of a bob. This is the bob. A pointed mass, that is called bob. So this is the bob. Bob is tied with a string and suspended from a rigid support, which is called a simple pendulum. So this is a picture of a simple pendulum. So it also obeys law of conservation of mechanical energy. So these are so this position is called mean position. This position is called mean position. In the beginning, this pendulum is not in the state of rest. It does not move. So this mean position is taken as A. A is the mean position. So this mean position, in this mean position, the height is assumed as 0. It is taken as the ground level. So height is 0. And when a force is applied on this pendulum, it starts to oscillate on either side. The pendulum oscillates on either side. B is the right extreme and C is the left extreme. So at the extreme point, the height is maximum. At the right extreme and left extreme, the height is maximum. And when this ball comes to the extreme point, extreme position, the velocity is 0. These points you have to keep it in mind. So it oscillates on either side. This pendulum oscillates on either side. C and B are the extreme positions, and A is the mean position. While oscillating, the pendulum has maximum velocity. Pendulum has maximum velocity at A. And when it goes to the extreme position, velocity decreases and the height increases. And at the extreme point, it has maximum height and minimum velocity, that is 0. So what is the potential energy at A? Potential energy at A is 0 because height is assumed as 0. It is taken as ground level. So potential energy is 0. And kinetic energy is maximum at point A. So kinetic energy is mgh. Then sum total of potential energy and kinetic energy, that is 0 plus mgh, which is equal to mgh at point A. Now when we come to the extreme point B and C, the height is maximum, so potential energy is mgh. And at the extreme point B and C, the velocity is maximum, and velocity is minimum. Velocity is zero. Velocity is zero at point B and C. At the extreme position B and C, the velocity is zero. The kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. Velocity is zero. The kinetic energy is equal to zero at the extreme position B and C. And the potential energy is maximum, which is equal to mgh. Kinetic energy is zero. Potential energy is mgh at the point B and C. And the sum total of potential energy and kinetic energy, that is equal to mgh plus 0, that is equal to mgh. So you can see that at the point A, B and C, the sum total of potential energy and kinetic energy remain same. So this is also verifying law of conservation of mechanical energy. Law of conservation of mechanical energy states that whenever there is an interchange between potential energy and kinetic energy, the sum total of potential energy and kinetic energy remains constant. So today we have seen the topic law of conservation of energy and verification of law of conservation of energy. Next class we will see with another topic.